Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of y'all, and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. You know, gentlemen, when I recorded my recording yesterday, I did not know what I know now. I told you guys you made me proud, and to be honest with you, you guys made me even more proud when I found out what I did not know then. Clarence Jr. uploaded a video about soft girl era and how men, if you have enough game, can capitalize on this. And you gentlemen in his comments section rightly told Clarence, no, shuck that fit, we don't believe it, we're out. Now, I said last week that we have not advanced enough, and we have not. There aren't enough of us that are on the right religion, I should say, and I mean this in a figurative sense. Now, literally, I would say the same thing. But in terms of one way of life being getting your passport and getting out of the West, especially when you're trying to build a family or business or both, and most men will try to build both, a livelihood or a business, we're not on the right religion. There aren't enough of us that are saying, you know what, let's get the passports and bounce on these B words. We will not deal with them as they are. We don't believe in that. We don't do that. We're not with that. They don't deserve it. We run from them. Either they change or they lose out. They are fighting in an effort to isolate black men and leave us with absolutely no options at all. Nothing. They want every woman to look at us the way that they think, or the way they used to think that women would naturally look at us. See, I come to understand that black women are hypersensitive about being with the least popular man, the least socially dominant man. I realize this. I also understand that black women, and I'm talking about in Western black women, have an obsession with continuing the breeding of these slave breeding farms of North America. The way that the wealthiest slave owners, who owned the majority of us, wanted to breed us was to be strong of body and weak of mind. And if you think about it, that's exactly what sisters want to continue. They have literally used their vaginas and wombs to breed this, and it hasn't even succeeded as much as they wanted. And when they look at black men who don't reflect such breeding practices of prior generations, that's what they consider to be lame. You don't make the ideal slave. They'll hold the brains, you harbor the muscle. You're bred for that. And so now with the soft girl era, we're looking at them and saying, no, we don't believe that. And gentlemen, when I saw that every single man in the comment section as of yesterday, underneath Clarence Jr.'s video about the soft girl era, disagreed with him and was skeptical and did not believe in the soft girl era, I was even more proud. And I wished that I had recorded after seeing this. And the women that are commenting on this are saying, no, we don't believe it and should not. You do not know how proud this makes me. But I am through the moon. I am through the roof. I am so happy. I cannot begin to tell you. Compared to yesterday, I'm elated. I also want to tell you that I don't know exactly what made Attorney Sperling say that the women won the war. I'm not sure, but I'll listen to that and see. I'm going to go back to listening to Edward's live stream now, inshallah. But I am going to tell you that whatever his reason was for saying it, the truth, the sad truth of the matter is that we must get off the battlefield. Because the market, the mating market in not just the US, but in Canada and the UK and in Jamaica, the Bahamas, Belize, Guyana, Barbados, I've heard. South Africa. Even where they're traditional, there's still somebody else's mom, some other guy's baby mama before you get to be stepdad, before you get to be dad. So even there, in areas without the feminism, the market is jacked up. Lagos, Abuja, done. You can travel by train from Abuja to Kaduna in a few hours. When the bandits aren't busting up the train tracks to derail the train and kidnap people, you can travel there quickly. You know what the issue is, though? You were in a completely different cultural zone. Abuja has the influence of everybody, but the Muslims do not win out in terms of their influence. Women from the conservative northern Muslim cities go to Abuja so they can club and fornicate, and will brag about it once they're settled in Abuja. One of my brethren from Kano told me that. Hausa brother. I'm telling you that even in these areas, you got to watch out. Now, I'm not talking about the northern cities. Yeah, you can look there. I'm talking about when you get into Abuja and Lagos. When you get to Joburg, Pretoria, Durban, Cape Town, done. They say Nairobi's messed up, but not Kenya, just Nairobi. It's over with. The markets are messed up, and you must, it is very true, you must leave because they are the battlefields about which Attorney Sperling was talking. You must bounce. It's not even safe to bring them from their areas where they live back to the States. Yes, gentlemen. You must understand also about the soft girl era that even when some of the sincere women jump on the bandwagon thinking, I mean it, you still can't take that because it's too late. See, the Western black woman insisted on marching downhill and still arriving at a mountaintop with a splendid view. But as you know, you continuously march downhill, you're going to arrive in a floodplain. And when the rains come, the floods come. And you will wind up going from the floodplain. The only free ride you'll get is from the floodplain out into the ocean. And they insisted on going only there. And they insisted that the natural leaders and that the real menses were the men who marched out in front of everybody else, still going downhill, but they had the best dance moves and entertaining flair as they marched out ahead of everybody else. And women confused, the black Western woman mistook and confused that for leadership and alphitude. So when they sit up and talk about soft girl era, number one, they're still always talking about what it means they should no longer have to do. That's all they say. They don't talk about what it means you should no longer have to do. What they should have to do from exchange, they don't talk about that. It's just only what they no longer should have to do. That still means that the sincere soft girl era preachers have to be left alone because it's too late. The flood done came and they marched their butts into the floodplain and told the young boys they were raising as single moms that they were natural leaders because enough people liked them, failing to address the fact that in youth especially, the only way for the crowds and the masses to love them were for them to march ahead of everybody else but still only go downhill. Leaders walk uphill, and that's why they got very few followers. You want to get to the mountaintop with that splendid view, that's the direction you got to go. Thanks for listening. Black Heart, Black Mind, Blackout, Assalamu Alaikum, and Black Heterosexual, Non-Select, Male Power, just because she don't like it, and Black Patriarchy until extinction or Judgment Day.